searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life.
And we are live. Welcome everyone to another Believeland live stream as we try and beat our fucking rivals. Because unless you're the Cincinnati Bengals, I mean, we don't win. That's what at least the last 2 years have been. Dash, welcome to the stream, man. How's your Tuesday gone? I literally was just sitting here just because I wanted to know how many players we had on the roster. Because I forgot we put Michael Bennett on IR. So, let's see what the roster look like. And it's trade deadline, so I'll make a decision if we're buying or selling. Quick. Some poker farming was done today. Well, there you go. At least you got something done. Speaking of getting something done, the Raiders video that should have gone up sometime last week is going up today. It's already scheduled, set to go. And then you guys get week 1 of season 6 for Texarkana tomorrow. You get the Michigan rematch. Alright, go ahead, take care of the trash. I'm going to be mainly checking to see what teams are looking like. What the fuck's the standings? Oh. Me over here. Alright. How together is everyone? That's the real decider here. Let's see, what are we looking like in the AFC? Ah! Okay. So, Bengals might be selling. I'd argue Jags could sell. Patriots could sell. They're 3 games back. Chiefs and Raiders maybe. Vikings. Saints are selling. Saints are absolutely selling. So the Saints we can look at. Giants we can look at. Maybe the Capitals. Yeah, Capitals are selling. They're so far back in their division. You sell. So, Caps and Saints are definite. And Giants. So, let's go ahead and take a look at take a look at those rosters. Maybe you've seen Steelers there. I will say, when the quarterback gives you, the opposing quarterback gives you that many chances to score, you need to take advantage of that. God, the Houston Texans are just the 2017 Jags. That's all they are. That's 100% what they are. Let's check the one win teams first. Just see what they got. Ooh, Jimmy Graham. I don't know what type of contract you're on. That's what I should actually do first. Let me look at salaries because I need to know tradable situations is really what I should be looking at. Because I don't think we're going to be trading for anybody on a long-term deal, given I don't really want to have to deal with that. It depends on the player. Depends on the player and how long the deal is. Alright. I mean, we don't need a safety. Jimmy Graham is on a 1-year deal. Ooh. Okay. On Armstead. Nuke. Okay. So, really, the only guys I'm at all interested in here is Jimmy Graham and maybe Nuke. Those are the only two there. I don't think he's got much more to go for. If he comes back, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be in Pittsburgh, but if he comes back, he's not going to do much. Giants, you got anything worth trying to grab? Sensible, maybe? Eh, maybe JPP? Fleming. Good corner's never a bad thing to have. Alright. Jags could sell. What do we got here? Anything worth anything in Jacksonville? Muhammad Wilkerson. Hey! Woo. I mean, he's not turning back the clock, but I think he's still serviceable. I just don't think he's going to win you a Super Bowl. That's the way I look at it. He's serviceable as a starter. It's just he's not going to be the reason you win a Super Bowl. They're going to need a lot more than him. Yeah, there's not really anything worth going after. I think Jimmy Graham's the target if we go after somebody for the Patriots. The fact that Darrell Richardson is a 90+ overall is crazy. We could go for Gronk. It's a slight cheaper deal to go for Gronk. You know what? Yeah, we all know though he's not gonna teach no rookie quarterback nothing. He ain't gonna be no teacher. Go Patriots first, just to see. Wrong. I mean, I don't think they're going to be interested in a low pick. I just want to see. Yeah. I think they were thinking about it too. I think they were thinking about it. I wouldn't say he learned from... Well, no, yeah, you're right. He learned that from Favre. Being a dick. We got 2 fourth-round picks, right? Yeah. Let's offer up a 4. See. I'm not going any higher than that. Okay, what about... I'm sure Jimmy Graham ain't gonna be any different. Damn. Yeah, we ain't getting nobody worth really anything. I don't think I'm gonna get the tight end I want out of a trade. Unless somebody has maybe an expiring, like, 82 overall tight end. Something like that. Maybe I could get that for a 4 or 5. Let's see if I can find... a team with a tight end that I'd be interested in. That's a tight end I'd be interested in. Too bad I didn't get to draft him. No. Kobe Fleener. Kellis Bennett. But they would want more than what I'd be willing to give up for Bennett. Hey, Jordan Cameron. Remember when we had him? You guys do have a young tight end. Would you be willing to part? For a 5th rounder. You can steal players in these older games. Is he injured? Like, I found a tight end I wanted, and I think he's hurt. And it was from a team that would actually, I think, would actually be selling. Let me... I don't know if it's going to show if he's hurt or not. No, it's not. I assume so. He's got like no yards. So I assume he's injured. Cards. Ooh. High. Cheap deal too. Come on, Arizona. We've made deals before. You remember. I mean, they don't want to give them up because it's probably too big of a need for them. Damn. Really thought I had a shot there. I will say I wish, and I hope it's something in the next game. I would love to see them have players not really demand a trade would be nice, but like at least say they want traded. If like expiring contract, it's a bad team, personality trait fits it. Colts are fighting for that division, though, so they're not going to deal them. Yeah. Okay. There's not enough, like, good tight ends in the league where I'm willing to give up, like, a fucking first-round pick for a Jimmy Graham. There's a lot of teams that are in the same spot we are at tight end, so yeah, I'm not going to worry about them. I'm not going to worry about it. We easily could be in a worse spot. I think that was the only position I was really going to look for. So, we won't make any moves. Sign the contract, Lanning. Alright, let's move on. Our number 1 ranked defense and our 9th ranked offense. Although, I want to remind myself, who's banged up? Schwartz is out for this one, and Bennett's out for the rest of the season. And our leading sack producer is Barkevius Mingo with only 4 sacks. That's a bit of a letdown. I mean, good punters get paid decent. Good punters and kickers get paid decent. You get about $4 million a year if you're a good punter or kicker. Back then, it's like $2.5, $3 million, but nowadays it's like $4 to $5 million if you're a good kicker or punter. You get paid. Okay, I'm not. We're done talking. We're done talking. I gave you more money than you wanted. No. Also, we won. So, just gonna point that out. We got the dub. Yeah, let me go ahead and take care of that. Because, yeah, no. This man is becoming a bit of an issue in negotiations. Yeah. Yep. Most of those I'm down to take it to the off season. Yeah, we have the number 1 defense with only 4 sacks, though. With our leading sack producer at only 4. So, let's see how this game went against the Washington Redacteds. Dwayne Grotz has 7 picks. What the fuck? 1, that's not real. I can't even handle that. Like, that, just no. We're also on a 2-game winning streak, and we dominated. Teddy didn't do anything. A $111 through the air, 1 touchdown. Robert Griffin III threw 3 picks, 1 touchdown for 240. Sacked twice. Teddy wasn't sacked at all. Teddy literally didn't have to do anything. 12 of 19. He didn't have to do anything. How the fuck did we score? And what, Mark Ingram fumbled twice? This signing has not been great. Yeah, no picks is great. It's good to see him not throw a pick. Alfred Morris had a really good day. 4.4 yards carry. We didn't even score on the ground. Like, what the fuck happened? I'm also going to make a change at running back. I want to see how Swan does. Fred Davis led Washington with 11 catches for 41 yards. Well, in catches. Yards-wise, I think it's Pierre Garcon. Corey Smith had 547. Freaking Harry Douglas over here? Look at that. Andrew Corliss got a touchdown. A.J. Jenkins. Dear Lord. Gordon only had 30 yards on 2 catches. Benjamin had the touchdown, but he only had 2 catches for 9 yards. Mills and Hudson. Wow, Rodney Hudson gave up the sack. Gibson, Burfict, and Williams all with 7. Sack-wise, Curtis Williams got 1, and Ndamukong Suh. I mean, we didn't pay him big money, so I'm not calling it a bad signing. We didn't pay him 1 money, we paid him 2 money. Joe Hayden with 2 picks. Tayshaun Gibson with 1. I think they both got pick 6s. Yep, that's 3 pick 6s. 3 pick 6s. Yep. Okay, this is a very interesting stretch we're on. The Patriots are not a good team right now. The Raiders are not a good team right now. So these 2 games we could win. That would be a 4-game win streak. Then we've got the Colts and the Bengals. We could find our way back into the division race. We could. I hate seeing Billy win with 11 sacks. I should have re-signed him. Oh, yeah, I need to check if somebody got hurt, because Curtis Williams got a sack, so. Nope, we're healthy. It was just, he was rotating in. So. More of a positive than anything, actually. Let me go ahead and change the depth chart real quick. I want to give Michael Swan a chance to start this week, because I want to see how he fares compared to Ingram. Because I don't think Ingram's done enough to make me feel like, yeah, you're definitely our running back 1 for the long term. Okay, Patriots have the 26th ranked offense, 16th ranked defense. Come on. Come on.
Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep.
Please. We're 5-3. We have the 8th ranked offense now. The Raiders have the 28th ranked offense and the 18th ranked defense. What's the press conference? Yeah, we just need to worry about winning each week. I'm not gonna talk about the Super Bowl. Because now we're 2 games above 500, which is big. Ooh, Demaryius Thomas turned down the Falcons offer, so he'll be a free agent, possibly. Oh, Todd Davis rallied his team. Let me see more draft stories. I just want to see if there's any more interesting ones. With a broken ankle? Crazy. Ooh, we're tied with the Steelers right now. I want to scout this defensive tackle. Where's this defensive tackle they've been talking about? There we go. Tony Dorton, 7th round prospect. Let's just take a look at him. Hybrid full front. That's interesting. You're not great. He's got good moves. Good block shed. Good tackle. Interesting. So. Oh. Is this one of those ones where they're lying about his overall? No, he's a 60 overall. I might look for his development. Because I'm interested. I'm very interested in him. Because the fact that he's got B block shed. Yeah, no, I'm drafting this guy. I don't give a shit. We're taking this guy in like the mid rounds. Dude's got an 87 block shed. I don't believe he's a 60. Not by any means do I think he's a 60 overall. I mean, they can have all the info they want that we're interested in him. He's a 7th round prospect. I also want to point out Teddy Bridgewater is 5th in the NFL in passing yards, and Barkevious Mingo got 3 sacks this week. Okay, how the fuck did we only win 13-7? Okay, Teddy threw 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Not a terrible outing. Stafford threw 1 touchdown, no picks, a $122. We sacked him 5 times. Sacked Manny Lara twice. Teddy was sacked twice. Overall, he's playing decent. Still nothing going at running back. Still nothing going at running back. We ran the ball a shit ton. We ran the ball 40 plus times. And neither running back really did much. Well, I'll let Michael Swan get one more start, and then I'll make a decision on if it's going to stay him or Ingram. But Gronk, they should have traded you. Just saying. Benjamin gets the touchdown, 6 for 61. O.J. Howard with 5 catches for 40. 65 off 4 for Torrey Smith. Brendan Hatcher, the rookie, gets a touchdown for the Patriots. Josh Gordon, 2 catches for 36. Ball got spread around a ton. Davis. Eric King gave up 2 sacks. That was the offensive lineman I wanted, and we didn't get. Caleb Johnson gave up 1, but he did have a pancake. And Mitchell Schwartz gave up 1. Well, hot damn. Our pass rushers went off. Mingo had 3 sacks. Clowney had 2 sacks. D. Leonard had 1 sack. Mayo had 1. Hughes had 1. And Curtis Williams had 1. We had 3 different edge rushers get a sack. Well, I said 40 plus just because I saw the 2 from Teddy. I was like, I'm not gonna go specifics on that, but 40, well, 40 rushes is insane for a simmed game. Jimmy Smith with a pick, and Vinny Sinceri. How were there 2? Did we fake a punt? Like, how were there 2 picks? Because he only threw 1. How the fuck was there another pick? Magically, a second pick happened. No one got credited for it, so whatever. We're on a 3-game winning streak, though, so. Maybe a fake field goal, but normally that still shows up in the stat sheet. It's weird. Alright. Injury report. We are healthy. A top 10 offense, the number 1 defense. Can we keep it going, though? That's the big question. Whew. Can we beat a Raiders team that's been struggling? This would be a big win to put us at 6-3 if we get it. I still don't understand how that happened. The game told me he was out for the season, and then magically he wasn't on the injury report. I still don't understand how that happened. We've never seen that since. We haven't seen that glitch or whatever the fuck it was happened since. We won, and we now have the 4th ranked offense in the league. And we're going to take on the 5th ranked defense in the league. Ooh. Excuse me? Oh, Carlos Dunlap re-signed. Robert Quinn re-signed. Steelers re-signed Whitney Merciless. I want to see more info on this Des Bryant situation. Alright, what are the standings? We are currently on top of the North. It's a lot closer now than it was. Bengals are starting to fall. We do play them after the Colts. Teddy is the is number 3 in the league, and Mingo had 3 sacks again. He just had back-to-back 3-sack games. Mitchell Schwartz banged up for the next 2 games. That's rough, but not the worst thing. Alright, we'll take a look at the season stats just to see how everybody's doing. Holy shit, we murdered them. 34-3. That is a beatdown. Teddy throws for 2 touchdowns, 255. I believe this is the best game he's had all season. George Gray throws a pick and nothing else. We sacked him 8 times. Teddy only sacked once, which is nice. That's a damn good... Teddy's been very good lately. The last couple weeks, he's been really efficient. 63% completion percent. He's been really efficient. This is hilarious. 9 of 32. Poor George Gray. He got the shit kicked out of him. Michael Swan just won the job this week. This is going to be a hot hand, is what we're going to ride at running back right now. Michael Swan gets the job this week because he averaged 4.3 yards a carry. Mark Ingram fumbled twice 2 weeks ago. We're not going to play, oh no, he fumbled. We've barely had a running back carry the ball 4 yards a carry. If you can do that, you get the starting job. I don't give a shit about your fumbling issues. D-Rob does nothing. Mark Ingram only 2.6 yards a carry. Teddy carried it twice. Hey, and Jabril Malone Huff got a carry. That's nice to see. Josh Gordon was very mad about what you said. Josh Gordon got very angry about what you said, Dash. 9 catches for 99 yards and 2 touchdowns for Josh Gordon. 7 catches for 97 for Torrey Smith. They both went off. Hot damn. Joseph Morgan. O.J. Howard has 4 for 20. Travis Benjamin has his weakest game in the past couple weeks. And Michael Swan had 1 catch. Dustin Bertrand the top left tackle in the draft, gave up 3 sacks. Bill Nagy, who we had at one point, gave up 2. Caleb Johnson gave up 1. Overall, I think he's had a pretty decent year. Orlando Franklin gave up 1. Blythe dear Lord, their entire offensive line gave up at least 1 sack. Their entire offensive line gave up at least 1 sack, it felt like. And Ndamukong Suh, oh my god, had 9 tackles. 3 sacks for Suh. 3 sacks for Mingo. 1 sack for Cameron Jordan. 1 sack for Davion Clowney. And Sterling Bailey got a sack for Oakland. Holy shit. Mingo and Suh feasted. And Tayshaun Gibson got the pick, and this one looks like it went for 6. It did. A lot of pick sixes in the sim. That is officially now a 4-game winning streak. The boys have caught a little bit of fire. Beating like Undertaker and Kane did against Mr. Kenny and MVP in 06. DeJuan Harris is up for MVP. What the fuck is going on in Tennessee? Teddy Bridgewater is currently 7th in MVP voting. Chip Kelly is currently Coach of the Year. Mike Tomlin's 8th, which is nice. Teddy's not even up for OP, like, Offensive Player of the Year? Perry Riley might be Defensive Player of the Year. What is with all our former players doing so well? It upsets me a bit. I'm shocked Ndamukong Suh's not up for Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, kind of figured that. Kind of figured that. Teddy's 4th in best quarterback. Mark Ingram is apparently 8th, which I don't agree with that. Torrey Smith and Josh Gordon both up there for best wideout in the AFC. Ndamukong Suh up for best D-line. I think he's too low there. Just saying. Gibson's 4th for best DB. Let's look at the stats and just see how things are going. So Matt Ryan currently leads the league with 2,400 passing yards. Teddy Bridgewater is less than 200 yards under Matt Ryan right now. I just want to point that out. Also, Trent Richardson's already over 1,000 yards rushing. Oh, these are team stats. I don't want team stats. Teddy currently has 13 touchdowns to 14 picks, so still right now, not looking at more touchdowns than picks, but he's trending the right way to top that. He is really having a Jameis Winston year, which is kind of funny. We have 1 rushing touchdown this year, and it's Michael Swan. I just want to point that out. Receiving wise, pretty good overall. A nice blend here for the top three. Not mad about it. 1 touchdown for Ballard. 1 receiving touchdown for Ingram. 2 for Howard. 2 for Benjamin. 4 for Gordon. 3 for Smith. Caleb Johnson's given up the most sacks expected. Bryce Conti gave up, I believe, 3 sacks in 1 game and hasn't given up a sack outside of that. Vontez leading us in tackles. Mingo with 10 sacks. Sue with 7. Clowney with 5. What's our pick numbers? 4 for Gibson, 2 for Hayden, 1 for Matthews. Not terrible. 7 picks already. I'd like maybe a bit more. At our forced fumble numbers. Only 2 on the year. Jarrett Grace and Joe Hayden. Like to see that go up a bit. How's John Porter doing? He's 100% on extra points. 72% this year? I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, I wanted to see where Teddy was compared to the other quarterbacks. That's what I wanted to see. Let's go NFL. No, I don't want rating. Dear Lord, Chad Kelly. So, your top 3 passing quarterbacks: Matt Ryan, Joe Flacco, and Teddy Bridgewater. Taj Boyd is 7 yards back of Teddy Bridgewater right now. And I will say, interceptions seem to be all the rage this season. Flacco's got 15. He does have 18 touchdowns, but 15 picks. Matt Ryan's got 8 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. Taj Boyd, 9 touchdowns, 10 picks. Roethlisberger, 10 touchdowns, 12 picks. Gunnar Kyle's got one of the best splits, 13 touchdowns to 6 picks. Ryan Mallett, 11-2. Breeze is 16-4. There you go. Yeah, a couple good splits. Not a lot, though. Very surprising. Let's keep moving. We're going to the playoffs this year. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. We're at least getting 9-8 Super Bowl. We need 3 more wins to at least get that 9-8 Super Bowl. The Mike Tomlin special. Ooh. I had a coffee earlier this morning. I'm going to have to get another one. We are 7-3. We are riding a 4-game win streak. I'm sorry, 5-game win streak. We are one of the hottest teams, if not the hottest team in football right now. This is crazy. I forgot we had Darrelle Revis. don't know, how low is your awareness? Oh, no, your awareness is fine. It's fine, really. Up that impact. Let me look at defensive tackle. Anderson, come on. We upgrade your, anything? No. It's not good. Upgrade that awareness. First things first, injuries. Teddy has fallen to 4th now, which is sad. Well, we're perfectly fine right now. Only Mitchell Schwartz. Wow, Ezekiel Ansah leads the league in sacks. Mingo's got a chance to get up there. He's got 10 sacks already. And we dominate again. Was it defensively or offensively? Teddy Bridgewater said, hey, guess what, guys? Fernando Mendoza is who I truly am. 174 yards. Not impressive number there. But 3 touchdowns, no picks. He officially has more touchdowns than interceptions now on the year. Andrew Luck throws 1 pick, no touchdowns. Apparently, Gabby had to come in at some point. Teddy got sacked twice. Luck got sacked twice. Not as efficient. Bridgewater was not as efficient, but did not throw any interceptions. I am fine with that. And he must have been out for a while because Gabbert did throw 11 passes. Rushing wise. Another fumble for Swan. But 3.6 ain't bad. Mark Ingram, though, 4.8 yards a carry. Maybe Mark Ingram gets the start this week against the Bengals because he had a good average. Ride the hot hand. No rushing touchdowns. Lance Dunbar scored and Josh Mercer for the Colts. Receiving wise. Just go yards here. Gordon, 92 off 6, 91 off 7. For Smith, he had 2. Gordon had 1. Kelsey, 81 off 6. Jordy Nelson, that's weird in a Colts jersey. O.J. Howard, 3 for 31. Any other interesting ones here? Nope. Who gave up the sacks? What? Oh, I brought up the fact that he hadn't given up a sack since the 3-sack game, and Conti gives up one. Or actually, I think it's pronounced Knet. Darrelle Revis leads us in tackles. What the hell is going on? The rookie, Kason Height, gets both sacks for Indy, while Sue and Clowney pick up our sacks. Take that. Sack number 8 for Sue. Number 6 for Clowney on the year. More importantly, Cortez Allen with the pick. And it did indeed go for 6. Dude, if we pick you off, it's going for a touchdown. Them's just the rules with our defense. You know what I imagine, too? If the Golden Eagles were a thing currently, now, in today's day and age, they would play Golden at every single game. That would be the song they run out onto the field for. Oh, wow. Damn, Virginia got the Mizzou quarterback in the transfer portal. Shit. Alright. I mean, I think everything's top condition right now. Yeah, everything's level 5, so can't really do anything more. It's already as upgraded as we're gonna get. They literally have top flight everything. Whenever somebody says gold medal, the only thing I think about is Kurt Angle's theme. Because that's the title of Kurt's main theme. I do want to know, what's our merchandise jersey-wise? What we selling? I was about to say, I assume we're selling the Revis jerseys. Sue, Howard, okay. Torrey Smith, the only jersey I would switch here is Howard put in Bridgewater. That's the only difference I would make. That is the only difference I would make with the jerseys we are selling. Everything else makes sense. Maybe put a Mingo one in there or Clowney, but the Darrelle Revis one, you got to. That's a future Hall of Famer right there. Gotta sell his. Gotta sell his stuff. So don't think we have anything else to look at. Ooh, Sunday Carlson in season leading Stanford in passes defended and interceptions. I have to take a look at Sunday Carlson. Maybe, probably not. We've already spent a lot of draft capital in corner, and it's our 4 and 5 corner. That's true. I did want to see the depth trait for the tackle. We don't even have enough to see the depth trait because it's 8,000. So I'm probably... Oh, we also won. I'm just going to point that out. So it's 2 of the top teams in the league going head-to-head. Top 5 offense and defense in Philly against the 6th offense and 1st defense. This is a primetime matchup. I don't understand why it's on at 1 o'clock. This game should have gotten fucking flexed. We are 1 game up on the Steelers, so that's good. Two more sacks for Mingo. He's up there. And we're doing good to stay healthy. That's just as important right now. Also, keep in mind, we are 2 wins away from guaranteeing at least... No! It would be 9-7 Super Bowl at this point, so we're 2 wins away from guaranteeing 9-7 Super Bowl. We destroyed the Bengals. Teddy, 1 touchdown, no picks. He didn't have to do anything. Not as efficient as I would like, but fine and dandy, only sacked once. Dalton, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. I'm sure both those picks went for 6. Swan. Okay, I did argue maybe we lead Ingram. Ingram saw 6 carries for 42 yards, had 2 touchdowns nonetheless. I'm going to keep this. Keep the young guy getting more of the snaps. I think this is going to be our tandem from now on. And keep the young guy up front because he just had arguably his best game of the season. 94 yards on 21 carries, 4.5 yards a carry. Good to see. Good to see. AJ Green went off. Holy shit. Buck 09 on 11 catches, but I think he had to. Benjamin, 6 for 71, a touchdown. Torrey Smith gets 56 off 5. Earl Bennett had a touchdown. Josh Gordon came back down to earth a bit. Yeah. Ben Braden gives up 1. Andrew McDonald gives up 3. Carlos Williams led us in tackles. Didn't see that coming. Mango, 2 sacks, and Curtis Williams rotated in there and got a sack himself. Love to see it. Love to see it. Jarrett Grace forces a fumble, and Vontez Burfict didn't just force a fumble. He probably put somebody in the blue medical tent. Let's be real. Cortez Allen, Joe Hayden, pick 6s. Yep. Dear Lord, man. I jokingly just, like, I didn't even mean to skip over the picks. I forgot to go to it. Conveniently, they were both touchdowns. Just what happens around here, I guess. No, we're 1 win away. If we beat Philly, that is enormous. Here we go. Top defense in the league. I also think if we beat Philly, we probably lock ourselves into the playoffs. So I think 9 wins will probably lock us into a playoff spot. Alright, let's see. We are 9-3. We have guaranteed at least a 9-7 season. We have guaranteed at least a 9-7 season. We will not do worse than the Mike Tomlin specialty. We have caught absolute fire. Shea McClellan, 5-year extension with the Falcons. Damn. And Joe Flacco signed a 1-year deal to stay with the Ravens. Ooh, Matt Ryan declined his offer. We are still only 1 game above the Steelers. Only 1 game above the Steelers. Let's make sure everyone's healthy. Let's see. We're good. We're healthy. Woo! Wait, what? No. Ooh, Brian Flores is interviewing for the defensive coordinator job? And why? Oh, his contract's up in Minnesota. Huh. Interesting. I don't see anything about that, but I'm refreshing Twitter to see things. Oh shit, Nolan Arenado got traded. Oh my god. That's crazy. I wonder how much of that team just kind of like is like, yeah, I want out now. That's insane. I will say though, I think that job's got Brian Flores' name written all over it. I think that right there is Brian Flores' job to take. Ooh, yay. St. Louis just put their reserve list. Yes. Oh, we saved Ja'Cour Pearson. I like that. Who else? Travis Feeney. Nice. Peta. Cam Kelly. I'm a little sad that Mike Rose isn't on that list, but I'll be good with it. Ja'Cour Pearson's on the list. I'll take it. He's safe. At least keeps us a solid wide receiver. Is the UFL tweeting about the draft? Yeah, that's Steelers' job. That's got it's got Flores written all over it. That's got Flores written all over it. Also, what would be funny? What would be funny is if John Harbaugh took the Steelers job. That would be funny. All right. It's weird. There was nothing on just my like For You page about that. I had to look up Mike Tomlin. Like, that is so strange that I did not just automatically see that on my For You page. Yeah, I think that's got Brian Flores' job written all over it. They're going to go defensive-minded. Because that Steelers football is good defensive football. They're going to go a defensive-minded coach and probably an experienced defensive-minded coach. So I'd expect a Brian Flores type for that job. I think the fact that that job just opened up, yeah. I think Flores makes sense. Maybe the Houston defensive coordinator gets a shout there. I think they're definitely going to go a defensive-minded coach. Did I even look at the score to that game? We got so distracted with the Tomlin news. I'll say this. I don't think he chose to step down. If I'm being honest, I don't think he chose to step down. I think that is you can either do this your own way or we announce the firing. I think that was a respectful way to let him walk out on his own terms. And them not have to fire him. I think that's legitimately what that was. Ooh, Jim Schwartz makes sense. I could see Jim Schwartz as an option. Ooh, that was a tight one. 2013. Teddy throws 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Okay efficiency. Would have liked a little better, but when Russell Wilson throws a pick and no touchdowns, you can do what you want. Ooh, Mark Ingram now back-to-back really solid games carry-wise. Might have to switch up the backs and go the hot hand. Oh, and Jabril Malone-Huff got, I believe, his first career touchdown. There we go. Nice. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I would say it's so they didn't have to say he got fired. I think it's a face-saving move for Mike Tomlin. That's what I think it is. That's what I think it is. It's like how John Harbaugh, technically, the way the Ravens put it, didn't get fired. They mutually parted ways. That means you got fired. They're just not saying it. It's a face-saving move. It's how Shad Khan never fired Trent Baalke. They mutually agreed to part ways. He got fired. He got fucking fired. That's it's a face-saving move. Touchdown for O.J. Howard. Torrey Smith, 5-49. Gordon goes for 77 on 4. Bounces back up there. Stephen Hill. 27 yards on 1 catch. That's about right. Russell Okun and Jason Sy. Oh, no. Urban was fired with cause so they could get money back. And, I mean, you had plenty to go with that. And I also think the whole Josh Lambo situation was the cons trying to essentially make sure they had cause. Because remember, he had that whole lawsuit. Nothing ever came of that. I think that was put in place so they had cause to get their money back from Urban. Grayson Perfect, along with Tayshaun Gibson, leading us there. 1 sack for Mingo, 1 sack for Sue. Tayshaun with a pick. Chris Harris gets a bit of vengeance. I think they both had pick sixes. No, Chris Harris was the only one with 6. Damn. He'll kick a dude, but he can't get into trousers. That's for damn sure. He could not find a way into those jeans. Louisville save. What's the matter here? Jalen Jackson. Cam Dantzler. They saved some solid pieces, did they? Ooh, so what did they trade? So it's Nolan Arenado and cash considerations. For Jack Martinez, right-handed pitcher. I don't know Jack Martinez very well, so I can't say if that's good or not. Did they save DeAndre Baker? Ooh, they didn't save a lot of their receiving core, did Washington? Ooh, that Washington receiving core is gonna be up for grabs. That's gonna be fun in the draft. Ooh, Nick Evers is headed to Missouri. Oh, who did the Stallions save? Deion Kane, damn it! I was hoping he'd make it into the draft. They didn't save Ricky Persons. Ricky Person's available. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. Since the draft is going on for UFL, I'll keep my eyes on it. They were going to move Arenado. I just didn't know where they were going to move him. I didn't expect Arizona. That was definite. Although Arizona makes sense for... because he had to waive his no-trade clause in order for them to move him anyways, so... we're probably not going to bring back Schwartz. Already kind of gone over that. Okay. What do you want to do first? Dev trade of the defensive tackle? Or do we want to go with the corner? With Sanford, whatever his name is. I gotta remember the one dude's name. I think we already looked at him a bit. Sunday Carlson, that was his name. I think we've already scouted him a bit, did we? We didn't. We just really liked his name. What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Oh, I forgot. We really liked Bush, too. It's a good tight end draft. Development. Average? Really? There's no way he's not good. Like, his overall is 60, and I have no idea why. Okay, durability is a C. That's not, like, crazy. I cannot comprehend. That wouldn't have that big of an impact. Because you have to keep in mind, he would have to have essentially like 7 speed. Because 91 power, 87 block shed for a defensive tackle is massive. He's got B agility, B speed, B acceleration. The game's wrong. He's even not, like, overly unconfident. I mean, production is what they did in school, essentially, so they weren't productive in school. So they just didn't put up numbers. So, I don't know if that... I don't believe back in these games that really had any effect on the overall. It was still all, like, skill-based. It's just so weird to me. That's so weird. I'm still drafting him, and I'm starting him. I don't care that he's 60 overall. This dude's skill set's better than Don Terry Poe. Hands down. Alright, let's go look at Sunday Carlson. Ooh, base 340 fits our scheme. Oh, he's really good. Oh, he's really good. I mean, we're probably not going to draft him because we have an ungodly amount of corners. But he's really good. Can't really do that right now. I can do acceleration.
So enigmatic and charismatic, gotta live static, gotta get at it, never pragmatic, cause we live tragic. I can't live average, to be alive's magic. Turn it up in the back cause I'm grabbing everything I want, get in my way and I'm stabbing. I'll be moving crowds till I'm 6 feet napping. They need another fix, hooked on like an addict. I got my eyes on the prize and it's changing lives. I wanna live till I die, make a difference, right? I wanna give those in need a reason to fight. I wanna live every day like it's my last night. I wanna change how we play the game, rearrange all the pieces till they say my name. Push an agenda against doing what they say. I wanna stand up and start a revolution. I wanna 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 start a revolution.
We've got 10 wins. We are 10-3 and have the #1 offense and defense in the fucking NFL. I was not expecting that at the start of the season. Hey, you're not getting that. You're not going to get the hardballs together. Because, I mean, John's getting a head coaching job. He's getting a head coaching job. Dude, did we just put belts to ass on the Ravens? Oh, we've definitely clinched now. There's no... I think we might have clinched division, too, at 10-3. It depends. Let's quickly check. Nope, we have not clinched division, but I'm sure we've clinched playoff. No, we have not clinched anything yet. The Eagles have clinched their division, but we have not clinched anything yet. Everything's still up for grabs. Oh, yeah, look at all the 9-win teams. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the Ravens still have 7 wins, but... Let's see. North, West, wild card. South, wild card. I think a win this week clinches us a playoff berth. Yeah. I think 11 wins gets us a wild card, or gets us a playoff berth. So, you just got to beat the 3-win Cowboys. We have the #1 offense and defense. They have the worst defense and one of the worst offenses. That lines up pretty well for us. Oh, I didn't start, Mark Ingram this week. I wanted to start Mark Ingram. Well, we'll see how Swan does. It was a 1-point game. I don't know. Flacco, I guess, ain't starting anymore. Steven Rivers. I don't know if that's one of Phil's 95 kids. 2 touchdowns, no picks. Teddy threw for 408 yards. 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. He was sacked only once. We sacked Steven Rivers 6 times. Also, I want to point out Steven Rivers is 6'8". And he was much more efficient than I thought he'd be. 33 of 51. We threw the ball 51 times. Michael Swan, 3.4 yards a carry. 25 carries for 84 yards. Teddy rushed for 18. Mark Ingram only had 1 carry. Josh Gordon, 10 catches, $115. Torrey Smith, 10 catches, $191 and 1 touchdown. God damn. Holy shit. Benjamin, 5 for 25. O.J. Howard, 4 for 58. E-Man got a bit of vengeance on us. That's crazy. Costanzo gave up 2 sacks, Schwartz 2 sacks, Wilson 2 sacks, and Bimbrane gave up 1. Mingo had 11 tackles, 2 of which were sacks. He had 2 sacks, Clowney had 2 sacks, Sue had 1, Jordan had 1, and then Dan Forte had 1 for the Ravens. We got the picks. LaMarcus Joyner and Amari Spivey. And picks just ended in touchdowns in this game. 2 pick sixes. Now I'm not even that impressed by pick sixes. Apparently that's just how picks end in this game. Yep, that's how they got the 28th. 2 pick sixes. But we won, and that's all that matters. That is all that matters. Yeah, we're battling for the top spot. We got a chance at the number 1 seed. All right, let's go. Week 16. Come on, it's just the 3-win Cowboys. They have the worst defense in the league. We have the best offense and the best defense statistically. Oh, you're right. It is 2 buys. So, yeah, we probably will get a bye week, I would assume, if we win our division. And we have clinched. 2 games ahead of the Steelers. We've clinched. The Steelers would have to win out. We would have to lose out for them to have a chance. If we win this game, we win the division. But we've definitely clinched a playoff spot. Now that they've taken an L, that's a definite. Ooh, I didn't think about the fact that Michael Bowie's also a free agent. I should see what contract he wants. Yep. So we've definitely clinched a playoff berth. Oh, we did. Yeah, we beat the Ravens. We did win against a rival. This was the year to do it. So right now, yeah, no. We win, we clinch the division, and we would clinch one of the top 2 seeds. So we would clinch a first round bye with a win. So if we beat the Steelers, we not only win the North, but we collect a first round bye And we're that much closer to home field advantage. Jabal Sheard, 22 sacks. Chris Harris, 7 interceptions. Mother of God, guys, stop seeing former fucking players.
This is the future. Human error. Evolution.
Ooh, that's the season for Mitchell Schwartz.
Is the future.
Because let's see. Week 16, 17.
Evolution.
Wild card round. Divisional. Conference championship. He'd be eligible to return in the Super Bowl. He'd be eligible to return in the Super Bowl. It's not worth it. I don't think it's a big enough spot. I would rather put him on IR, grab some depth at said spot, and we'll play Michael Bowie there. That's the one guy I was eyeballing like, oh, he's a decent backup, and he's young. Alright, we need a right tackle. I think I'm going to go Lamar Holmes. I just like the balance. Maybe Jason Fox. He's not the strongest, but... Actually... Let's go Sebastian Vollmer. That gives us a veteran presence in a backup role. This is Michael Bowie's big chance to earn that contract extension. Oh, I forgot. We did have Sherrod already here as a backup. I forgot. Well, now we've got even more offensive linemen, which I am fine with more offensive line depth. I'm never going to complain about offensive line depth. We are going to have Swanson this week at center. And if something bad were to happen, I'll have Linder take over. Let's look at how this Dallas game went. I also want to keep in mind we are riding a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 game winning streak. It has been 8 games since the stream started. Teddy throws 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Zach Klein throws 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. 1 sack for Teddy. I will say the offensive line has kept him upright almost all year. It has been great. 3 sacks on Klein. And oh my god, the efficiency from Teddy Bridgewater. Theodore Bridgewater with a hell of a day. That might be the best game he's played all season. Hands down. Without a doubt. Mark Ingram scores a touchdown on the ground. Swan, 3 yards of carry. Marcus Wheaton gets a touchdown, 7 for 73. Torrey Smith, 7 for 98, no touchdown. Josh Gordon, though, 7 for 88 and 2 tutties. Wayne Gresham, Macklin, Michael Swan, 3 catches, 24 yards, and a touchdown on the day. Tyron Smith gives up 2 sacks. West gives up 1, and then Braden gives up 1. Gibson led us in tackles. But more importantly, we got those sacks. Tyrell Wilson got 1. But then it was Cam Jordan, Barkevius Mingo, and Ndamukong Suh. I believe that's double-digit sacks for Ndamukong Suh this year. Howard Matthews with his 2nd pick in the year. Joe Hayden with another one. Vontez Burfict with a pick. And Dennis Mitchell with a pick. Did they all go for 6? No, only Vontez went for 6. That's a surprise. No fumble? No forced fumbles. Wow. We have caught absolute fire, and it is a fantastic time to do so. I don't know if we can check, like, what team has the most pick 6s exactly, but I'll see if that's in team stats. We don't lead the league in interceptions. That's the Bears with 20 and the Jets with 20, which is funny as hell knowing the Jets got not a single pick in reality. Dear Lord, we're on the lower end of the interceptions in the NFL. Or I should say we're more right on the average. That's surprising. Where are we in turnover differential? Wow, really? -4 in the turnover differential? Teddy's thrown 19 interceptions. But we have 20 takeaways. Huh. How are we with penalties? We're on the lower end. We're on the lower half. Alright, Teddy, I need to know. What's your touchdown to interception ratio? 23-18. Okay. He's not going to have a Jameis year. He's not going to do that poorly. What's your completion percentage? 59. I would like it a little bit higher. He's only been sacked 19 times this year. A lot less than I'd expect. Teddy Bridgewater has thrown the most touchdowns this season. By 1. 1 more than Joe Flacco. 2 more than Breeze and Matt Davis. Who's got the most picks? Cam Newton. There are two guys with more picks than Teddy Bridgewater. Jacoby Brissett and Cam Newton. And Ben Roethlisberger's right behind him, followed by a lot of other guys with 16 picks. I'm going to make a change at running back. I think Swan's been okay, but I think Ingram is probably the safer bet at getting yardage when it matters. Now, next week, if we win, I'll give Jabril Malone-Huff the start. Just so he gets a start under his belt. All right. A win here locks us in for a first round bye. Also wins the division. That is the 12th win of the season. We have won the North. We are officially, at worst, the number 2 seed. Now, I do want to see, because if there's a chance we can get home field advantage, I may start players for home field advantage. We have the number 1 offense and defense in the league. And we are taking on the 8-7 Miami Dolphins. 19 sacks for Barkevious Mingo this season. First, let me check the injuries just to make sure nothing bad happened. I won't put Swanson on IR because he can return. 17. Wildcard divisional conference title game. He'll be back for the Super Bowl. I'm not going to put him on IR. We have a lot of depth at tackle. I'm not going to put him on IR. I will be making one change. And I am going to cut Sebastian Volmir. Or Sebastian Volmir. And I'm going to sign a left tackle. Like a pure left tackle now. To be the backup to Morgan Moses. I also thought he was playing. I thought Johnson was playing really, really well there too lately. That's Sebastian Volmir. We're fighting through offensive line injuries now. Let's hope Teddy doesn't get hurt. Ooh, Quentin Spann might actually be a decent signing. It's not the balance I like, but I would much rather, if you're not going to be overtly balanced, I would much rather you be a pass blocker than a run blocker on the left side. So I'm going to sign Quentin Spann. He will be our backup, though, so. Could sign old man Sam Baker. Could have done that. His durability was 17. Alright. Let's make the change here on the depth chart. I also have to make sure Brandon Linder is set as like our emergency center. He is. How badly did we win? 41-20. There's what you call domination. It's a combination of skill and concentration. Tim Tebow, 1 touchdown, 3 picks, while 3 touchdowns, 1 pick for Teddy Bridgewater. He was only sacked twice. Nice. We sacked Tebow 3 times. Once again, great way to end the year for Teddy with the efficiency. Mark Ingram. I put him back in the starting lineup, and he goes off. A $137 off 31. 1 touchdown. 4.4 yards a carry. He was like, I'm going to feast and never go back. AB goes for a $161 off 9 and a touchdown. Torrey Smith had every single touchdown reception off 8 and 101. All you really needed to know. Jermaine Powell. And Michael Bowie gives up the 2 sacks. Had kind of an issue. No, this is not AFC North football. We elected not to play AFC North football. Mingo had 9 tackles and all 3 sacks. Lamar Woodley and the newly re-signed Whitney Merciless get the sacks for Pittsburgh. But Mingo had all 3 of those sacks. As for the picks, 2 for Cortez Allen, 1 for Charles Godfrey, and 1 for Vontaze Burfict. Looks like Burfict's went for 6. It did not, but Godfrey and Allen did. Okay, we are riding a hell of a winning streak. No, Mingo did not. Because Sheard has 22, Mingo has 19. And I don't even know what the record sits at currently because I think somebody already broke 22. So. Okay, before we decide on anything. Ooh. Okay, Ohio State left tackle, got it. He impressed at the Senior Bowl. Was it what? It might have been Washington State. Because that looked like the color scheme. So Dalvin Cunningham impresses. Allen's. You know what? Let me know. But they said he impressed. I'm not impressed. They lied to me. They lied to me. I'm gonna look at this guy. Never mind. I'm gonna look at Tom Irwin. Okay. 3rd round pick. See, overall, that's not terrible. What about Elliott Steelman? 2nd round, A overall. Oh, this guy's really good. This guy is really good. I'm finding some steals. We're gonna have a couple guys we really like in this draft class. Alright, let me go back to Sunday Carlson just to get some more info on him. Ooh, good tackler. He can hit. Okay. He can do a lot of good stuff. I'll have to figure out what that overall is, see if it's an A or a B. I will definitely have to see what our draft picks are. Because, I have a lot of intrigue in a handful of players. Before we do anything else, I just want to see what some of these contracts are looking like. We're not bringing Mitchell Schwartz back, especially now. We might have a new guy we're after. What about Bennett? Oh, 1-year deal? Sure. It's a 1-year deal? That cheap? Yeah. Oh. Okay. Great. You guys want to get money hungry now. Cool. I like Bowie as a backup. I'm gonna say no just because I'm not sure yet. What about Morgan Moses? The 99 strength automatically makes me be like, I do not mind like a cheap situation for a backup. Worst comes to worst, we move him to the right side. We got him. Morgan Moses is going to be here as a backup, at least for the long haul. Here, 850. Fucking take it. Just to keep some depth. Okay, yeah, no, I'm letting Michael Bennett walk. I'm gonna already say no to some of these. We might bring back Fanning. I don't know. Linder's also up in the air as well. Benjamin. I mean, he's 29. That automatically makes me go like, eh. So, we'll see. Same way. Don Terry Poe we're not bringing back because we're going to draft a defensive lineman that's really good that they're not giving any love. That's what we're going to do there. Okay, game plan. We're going to sim through this. We're going to, I should say, we're going to check. We're going to check the standings here. Because if we've got home field advantage, we're resting starters. We do not. We are playing for home field advantage. I'm not resting starters. I want home field advantage. Because the Chargers, I think, could jump us with a win and specific tiebreakers. So, we ain't resting those starters. I want home field advantage. We'll get a bye nonetheless in the wild card, but I want home field. So the game plan, I think, is going to be this. I think we take this at least to the divisional round. And then we'll decide on if we save the playoffs for next week or just finish through, see if we win it or not. Because I'll say this much, if we win, I may do the draft, but we may change things up. We may go back to another game. Just say that. Okay, we got Morgan Moses locked up, as we saw. You know that. No. Teddy Bridgewater is MVP. And apparently Mike Tomlin's coach of the year. The Ravens fired their coach. And we got home field advantage, 13-3. We just ran a 10-game win streak from the start of this stream. I just want to point that out. 10-game win streak since the stream started. Oh, fuck. It was a risk playing starters. And it was not fully worth it. Darrelle Revis is headed to IR. We will be without Darrelle Revis for the playoffs. We will get Ben Braden back. He will be back in the conference championship. So, not the worst one there, at least. Actually, wild card, divisional. No, he'll be back for the Super Bowl. That's what it is, if we make the Super Bowl. So we are taking a bit of a beating in depth on the offensive line. But I'm not going to put him on IR. I am going to grab a guard. Ooh, do I want to grab a center instead? They all suck. Actually, give me Travis Frederick. He's going to be our new backup center. That way, our guards don't have to worry. While, what's his name is out. Swanson. There we go. As for corner, I think we have enough depth. Let's see. Yep, we have enough depth at corner. That will put Rashad Wheeler now at the 3. So the young guys are going to be called upon in the playoffs. Going to have to make plays. Need to see the young guys make plays now. Jake Smith is the backup. That explains a lot there. And then we'll put Linder behind him if anything bad happens. I'm just seeing if I have like maybe some spots that I could maybe cut a guy, open up a roster spot if I wanted to. If we didn't play a 3-4, I would cut a linebacker, but we play a 3-4. Alright. Yep, I think we're going to live with that. Luckily, we get a free week to heal up a bit. Alright, let's look at, first, the award winners. Given that we now know that Teddy Bridgewater is your MVP. Who saw that fucking coming? 'Cause I didn't. And Trent Richardson was 5th in MVP voting. So the man we traded Trent Richardson for, essentially, beat him out for the MVP. Coach of the Year, Mike Tomlin. But Offensive Player of the Year is not Teddy Bridgewater? Absolute horseshit. Torrey Smith was up there too. Markevius Mingo gets beat out by Jabal Sheard for Defensive Player of the Year. Understandable. He had more sacks. No rookies there. We had the best quarterback. Mark Ingram's 5th for best running back. Torrey Smith wins best wide receiver. Josh Gordon sits 6th there. Best O-lineman, you got Chris Watt. You got Mitchell Schwartz in there. Caleb Johnson, Ben Braden, and Bryce Connett. That's our entire starting offensive line. From 6 to 10 is our entire starting offensive line up for best offensive lineman. How good was your offensive line? Every single starter was up for best offensive line. Dominican Sue in 6th and best D lineman. Joe Hayden in 4th for best DB. Gibson 7th. Best kicker. We were nowhere near. John Potter apparently not good enough. Let's look at this last game before we go over the stats for the year. So we came into the day at 3-3. We then went on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 game winning streak to clinch home field advantage in the playoffs. Teddy ends the year $157, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Gunner Kyle, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Teddy was only sacked twice. That's nice. Kyle sacked twice. And not a very effective game from Bridgewater when it comes to completion percentage. Rushing wise, Ingram doesn't do a solid job. Swan does a good job. Only 3 carries, but good average. Jabril got a carry. Mike Wallace, 98 off 7. O.J. Howard, 59 off 4. Seems to be the lead for us there. 45 off 3 for Torrey Smith. And Benjamin got the 1 touchdown there. Morgan Moses and Michael Bowie give up the sacks, the backup tackles. Vontez with 13 tackles on the day. Mingo with a sack. Sue with a sack. Jordan got one for the Dolphins. So Josh Shirley. As for the picks, 2 by Joe Hayden. And only one of them was a pick 6. So let's check the season stats for everybody. Teddy Bridgewater ends the year 27-19. Who's got the pick 6? I mean, there were a lot of those. Bridgewater throws for 3,850 yards, 27 touchdowns, 19 picks, sacked 23 times, 59% completion percentage. Would have liked it a little bit higher, but that's about it. So a great year by the MVP. Mark Ingram, after not playing a good chunk of the year as the starter, almost has 1,000 yards rushing. And both him and Swan, they split reps as a starter. 3.5 yards a carry. 4 touchdowns for Ingram, 2 for Swan. It's not bad, but we don't have a pure answer at running back. So Beverly's the richest owner according to Madden 25. Well, the team's first in value. They're first in value. So, we haven't spent a lot. We also did take the stadium option that we don't have to pay a lot for, which helps. Jabril Malone-Huff got 1 touchdown. 2 1,000-yard receivers this season. Torrey Smith, nearly 1,300 yards. Gordon, just over 1,000. 9 touchdowns for Torrey, 7 for Gordon. Travis Benjamin gets 4 touchdowns off 653 yards. 3 touchdowns for O.J. Howard off 421. Ingram had 2 receiving touchdowns, 1 for Swan. And then 1 for Jake Ballard. Only 6 catches for him. Blocking wise. Sacks. Caleb Johnson gave up 6. Not too bad given he played nearly the entire year. 4 for Braden, 4 for Connett. He gave up 3 of those in one singular game. Chris Watt gives up 3, Bowie 3, 1 Schwartz, 1 Smith, 1 Moses. As for the Pancakes, who got the most, it was Caleb Johnson. So Caleb Johnson was our best offensive lineman, really. We have not one but 2 100 tackle guys. Perfect with 102. 101 for Mingo. 21 tackles for loss for Mingo. 20 sacks. 1 sack for Perfect. 12 sacks for Sue. 8 for Clowney. 5 for Jordan. 3 for Curtis Williams. 1 for Bennett before he got hurt. 1 for Leonard. And 1 for Fanning. As for the picks, Joe Hayden had 6. Gibson had 5. Cortez Allen had 4. Perfect with 2. And Howard Matthews with 2. Who led us in deflections? Tayshaun Gibson with 5. Two forced fumbles from Revis, Grace, 1 from Hayden, 1 from Perfect. Why am I yawning? 3 fumbles were recovered from Revis, Grace, and Hayden. Did we block any kicks? No kicks blocked this year. Any safeties this year? No safeties this year. But Joe Hayden had 4 defensive touchdowns, all pick sixes. Tayshaun Gibson had 4 defensive touchdowns, I believe all pick sixes. Cortez Allen had 3 defensive touchdowns, all pick sixes. Vontez had a pick 6. And Howard Matthews, I believe, had a pick 6. I believe all of those are pick sixes. That is 13 pick sixes. Love that. Now, here's a big question. We will be bringing in a kicker for a competition at least. We'll see if John Potter wins it. But we're going to have to do better kicking. Yeah. 2 punt return touchdowns for Travis Benjamin this year. There you go, Travis. No kickoff return touchdowns, though. So with that, I think we'll keep moving. We got what? 35 minutes? We're going to see. If we get knocked out, then things change. So we will take on the Steelers in an AFC North rematch in the divisional round. Let's look at the divisional round matchups before we get going. So it will be oops. Excuse me. Whew. I wasn't ready for that one. It'll be us versus the Steelers. We got the 1 o'clock Sunday game. Great. Seahawks versus Eagles. Bills at Chargers. And the Bucks at Cards. Alright. I think personally we're the best team easily in this playoff picture. So I think the Eagles could be tough. I think we got this. I think Teddy gonna take us to the promised land for a second time. First time in Mexico City. Excuse me? Wow. And they crushed us. We ran a 10-game win streak to get destroyed by the Pittsburgh Steelers at home. $219 yards for Teddy. No touchdowns, no picks. 2 touchdowns for Tim Tebow. Teddy was sacked 3 times. That's the most he's been sacked in a little while. Only once getting to Tebow. Completion percentage-wise, really good for Teddy. What happened? Mark Ingram, decent average at 4.2. LaShore ends in a touchdown. Swan had a touchdown. The only one, I should say. No fumbles. Benjamin with 58 off 6. Antonio Brown, 95 off 6. Stevie Johnson had the 2 touchdowns from Tebow. 5 for 50 for OJ. 5 for 66 for Josh Gordon. Torrey Smith had a down day. The fuck happened? Decker gives up a sack. Watt, Smith, Moses. Jarrett Grace leads us in tackles. Clowney got our 1 sack. It was merciless. Jerry and Dupree with the sacks. Okay, apparently there was an Alfonso Denard interception. I don't know by who. It ended in a touchdown. I'm so confused how that happened. Well, penalties. We didn't do well in. They kept us off the field. The only way I can assume that game went was they finished drives and we didn't. I'm so confused of how that ends in a 37-7 ball game. Like, if you had told me that was a 10-7 loss, I'm like, okay, I kind of understand it. I don't understand how we lost that way. That's what's more confusing than anything. We're going to send an offer, Nick Garrett. I am going to get a new scout. Because we don't need a quarterback anymore. Well, we'll see who makes it to the Super Bowl, I guess.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, 'cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way.
Like, I don't understand. I don't get how it happened. Like, the weirdest part is I'm not weirded out by the loss. I'm weirded out by the deficit. 'Cause nothing on the stat sheet or the box score tells me that it should have been 35-7. That's one of those games where you see the box score and you're just like, what? Then you watch the game and all it was is one team scored touchdowns while the other didn't. Even though I feel like we outplayed them and still didn't score. Yeah, at worst it feels like it was 21-7. Like that I would have been like, okay, they just finished drives and we didn't. We punted when they scored. That's all it was. And that's all that game was. They just somehow scored when we were moving the ball better. That's such a weird game. Such a weird one. Like, I'm not even mad about it. I'm just weirded out by it. Apparently the Seahawks hired John Fox. That's so strange. Alright. Who's going to the Super Bowl? Steelers and Chargers. Pittsburgh got literally left with goose eggs. So it's the Chargers and the Arizona Cardinals. You're kidding me. If Trent Richardson wins a Super Bowl, that's going to be funny as hell. Because, I mean, we already won ours after we traded him. We won ours in Cleveland. Is Trent Richardson going to get the Super Bowl? Alright, let me get this scout. Chip Kelly's available. Dear Lord, look at all those training boosts. Jacksonville wants him, that's about right. Maybe I'm wrong on it, but I believe like all the pictures for these scouts, I believe all these pictures are just the developers, I believe. I think I'm gonna go offense overall. There's that guy Denver wants. Ray Garland. Go after him. Why can't I offer him? I can offer everybody else. I can't offer him. The dude I want, I can't offer. I can't bid with teams? Oh, I guess those are the teams that they were already on. That's probably what it is. Yeah, so they get first rights. Damn. I don't hate that. Cornerback man coverage. Yeah, it must be. Those were the team they were with. Yeah, I really don't know what to go with. Yeah, I think I'll go cornerback man cover. Well, no, because we don't need corners. Fuck it, let's go wide receiver overall. Well, we'll see who wins the Super Bowl. Chargers or Cardinals? Well, that was disappointing. We ride a fucking 10-game winning streak just to lose in the most confusing way possible. How the fuck do you lose 35-7 like that? You outgain them. I mean, the only way they did control time of possession, so they had to finish drives that we didn't. So it's just we punted a ton and they didn't. That's so weird. So weird. Alright, we got our scout. Drew Brees retired again. And the Chargers get the win, so Jabal Sheard gets his second Super Bowl because he won with us in Cleveland. And I believe that's Johnny Manziel, who just won the Super Bowl. Antonio Johnson has returned, dear Lord. Wes Welker is back again. Like his second time returning. I read that as Robert Saleh. And I was so confused. Mar Woodley retires. Matt Ryan retires. Bernard Pollard retires. And the Chiefs release Mohamed Massaquoi. Not Henry Anderson. And Johnny Manziel wins the Super Bowl and says, I'm not coming back. Aw, man. Dez got... Fuck. Damn it. Dez got franchise tagged. Washington got franchise tagged. Ryan Clark retires again. Arian Foster retired. We are number one. Oh, scouts are loving the defensive tackle. Bro, I might just take that running back too, just cause, why not? Like, I might just take all the people they're talking about in the draft. I might do it. I might do it. Not really. I'm gonna probably either draft a offensive lineman or a tight end in the first round. I do think we need to let the young guys take over at corner. I'm going to, in negotiations with Dante Ho. Travis Benjamin. Unless it's a cheap enough deal, I don't want to give you $7 million. I do not want to give you $7 million. Hell, I think Revis might be cheaper. Yeah, I'll bring Revis back on a $2 million deal over giving $7 million to Cortez Allen. Yep, we kept Revis. Span. Negotiations. Goodwin. What's the price tag on Linder? Because I think he's going to be out of our... Oh! I was about to say he's going to be out of our price range, but... I don't think that's out of our price range at all. 1.8. So we brought back some depth on the offensive line. We had so many free agents. Sherrod. I think Bowie will hit the market, and we'll see. I'm not giving you what you want, so you can hit the market. We're going to have a good amount of money to play with. I do think I'm going to bring back D. Linner. I do think I'm going to bring him back on a 2-year deal. Yep. Swanson. If he'll come back, I just like the depth. You know, devil you know over the devil you don't type of thing. Okay, he's back. Oh yeah, I liked you because of the speed. And you can kind of act as a safety. That's why I want you around. Yeah. We'll bring you back on the cheap. Hopefully. Yep. I think I'm going to let Fanning hit. Ballard. The market. Frederick can hit the market. I think everyone else is, market guys. And finally, Willie Anderson. No, he must return. He must return his depth. Still have a good amount of cap space. Like, that is a really good amount of cap space. Just under 30 mil. Okay. 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 We'll see what free agency looks like, and I think we're going to call it there. Solely because that gives us something exciting to do next week. Outside just the draft. Oh, this is going to be a weird draft. I'm sorry, did guys retire, or why are we a 71? That seems really low for a team that's brought back most of its players. Well, we did lose a higher right tackle, so I guess that makes sense. Pat White retired? No. Let's see. I don't think anybody for us retired, but So it was just... Wait a minute. So Travis Benjamin. Well, we don't have Michael Bowie either. So, no right tackle, Travis Benjamin, and that's really it. And that brought us all the way down to a 71 on offense? I don't know about that. Hey, Jimmy Graham's available. Tempting. Not gonna lie. DeAnthony Thomas. He doesn't fit our scheme, though. And I think, because I've been trying to get scheme fits, I think that's helped the situation. Could get Dustin Hopkins as a kicker. There's a punter, a much cheaper punter, and he's younger. Alright, let me look at specific positions. Quarterback, because we need a backup. Tim Tebow's available. Jacoby Brissett's available. Somebody's going to get a young quarterback. We could try and get Jameis Winston as a backup. You guys want to do that? They all just fit our scheme. Pierce. Alright. What about wide receiver? What's available wide receiver here? Out of curiosity, Michael Crabtree. I'm not against bringing in Cecil Shorts because he fits that Travis Benjamin role at a much cheaper value. Because what's Benjamin trying to get? About $1 million more. It's a cheaper value, not much cheaper. Mike Evans. Everyone's going after Mike Evans. That's a little too real. Alright, there's some wideouts I'd actually be interested in. Tight end, though. So you go a little less on the money level. You can get Zach Ertz. Which is probably where I'm going to go. Yeah. I think I'm going to look to go probably Ertz. Mainly because he's also got no offers either. There's nothing at left tackle. We made the right read going heavy on left tackle last year. And now we have to make a decision if we're going to pay a man or if we're going to draft a guy. That's what we're going to have to decide on now. Do we pay someone at right tackle? Or do we draft a guy? That's going to be the decision. I am tempted to go Jarrell Casey because he fits our scheme. K1 short. Oh, everybody's after Don Terry Poe. We know what we're doing at defensive tackle. We know where we're going. We're going to get the man nobody actually believes in. Because we believe in him. Interesting. What's our fit on the right side then? If it's not these versatile guys. Oh, it's a run stopper on the right side. Oh. Interesting. So I could get Bailey and play him on the left end. Which I'm not going to because we have Ndamukong Suh. Aaron Lynch at pass rusher. Like, if we actually had a need at rusher, that's a good price point. That's a very nice price point for a 27-year-old pass rusher. I'm tempted on both of these two. They don't fit our scheme at all, but I'm tempted. Carl Lawson's available too? Oh, that's cheap too. Oh, that's cheap money. I could get another really good pass rusher. Another really good backup rusher. Get him behind Clowney for the long term. What's a corner? Chris Culliver. I don't think there's going to be a lot of man-to-man corners that we're going to be able to find that make sense to go after, but hey, Alfonso Denard's back on the market. Yeah, I think it's just going to be time for the young guys to step up. And then we're young at both safety spots, so I'm not going to worry about that. More important, punter. I'm actually going to do this now, just cause. What's your leg strength? Kick power, 92. Kick accuracy, 86. Okay, what about the other guy? What about the dude that's getting all the money his way? Whoops. What about this guy? Oh, 84 awareness, that's why. Holy shit, 97 kick power? That's crazy. What about the awareness, though? Because awareness is an important trait when you're simming. At every position. He's got high awareness. 83. I might just go him. He's cheaper. And it's not a massive difference in awareness. Let's see, yeah. Go 4-year deal. That's the only offer I'm going to give out here before we end stream. Just because that one's the easy one. Now, we'll have to decide how we do things. Because we have 27 mil to work with. That's a good chunk of cap space. That is a really good chunk of cap space. I'm going to have to go over the team again, just to get an idea. But we have a good chunk of cap space. We've got some depth at certain positions already, so we don't have to go crazy on certain spots. But I think we might be able to bust the bank on like 1 or 2 spots specifically. We definitely are going to need a backup quarterback. So I'll say this much. Tight end, quarterback, running back are spots I'm looking at. Right tackle, we got to get somebody. Apparently Vontez got hurt in the playoff game because he's currently injured. Just going to point that out. Alright, I got an idea what we're doing. I got a little more of an idea of what we're doing next week. But with that, that is going to bring us to the end of this disappointing ending to the season. We have the 28th pick in the draft, and we should be picking 32, probably, when you think about it. Actually, we should be higher up in the draft, actually. Because we got kicked out earlier. Should be higher up. But that's going to bring us to the end of this one. We'll see what the offseason has in store for us next week. We'll see if I can get my hands on the players that I want. I'm not going to lie. I might make a handful of trades involving picks in the draft. If I elect not to go the way of free agents at certain spots. So, keep that in mind. And I also might move some guys if I elect to go free agents at certain spots. So with that, Dash, appreciate you for being here. If you're watching after the fact, or we're just chilling in the chat, I appreciate you too. With that though, I will see you guys next time.